It's currently 7:09 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, August 14th, 2025. And we're back at it with another live general timeless intuitive reading for my soul, tribe, divine divinity, and whoever else resonates with any of these messages at any time that you come across them. Any messages or energies that resonate with you, you want to be sure that you're going within into the Holy Spirit of the Most High for confirmation as to how the energies pertain to and correlate with you and your situation. It helps to create and foster an intimate one-on-one relationship with you and the Most High, as well as exercising your spiritual intuitive muscle. Okay, so that's what that does there. Okay. I want to thank and appreciate you all for spending time with me a little earlier. 101 on the clock timer. So class is in session, it seems like, okay? So it's giving me kind of like, master number 33 energy. So you could be seeing the numbers 33 or so. That's an ascended master energy, master teacher, teaching master lessons, okay? 121 on the clock timer, 123. So you're making steps forward in the right direction in a new cycle. Something about a Capricorn may be January 21st. That may be like going into another, what is that? Let's see. Well, whatever sign you are, January 21st. Okay, 144 on the clock timer, chosen one energy. So shout out to my fellow chosen ones, earth angels, light workers, healers, aka shamans, alchemists, starseeds, indigo, rainbows, and alike. Okay, over tracks. Okay, that's a new one. Over tracks. Okay, so if you've been familiar with my content over the 1218, so yeah, something about a Sagittarius 1218. Okay, my Chevrolet 1218. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, over the past year or so, I've been channeling this message. Somebody's throat chakra is fucked up. Okay, somebody coughing up a hairball or something, feline energy or some shit like that. But over the past year or so, I've been channeling this energy. If you're familiar with my content and shit, if you haven't stolen it and plagiarized it, I've been picking up on this energy that, their network ain't got no net worth. Okay, so, this is about a karmic foundation or a karmic something. It's like a foundation. It's like, a false foundation though that's getting ready to hit some towers or get some towers. I heard that they already got hit with two towers, or two stations went down or some shit like that. I don't know, but technology, it's a big booming thing along with AI and all of that shit and drones and shit like that. But in the wrong hands, it can be perverted, and that's a shame. Why would you want to pervert something? What's wrong with your intentions? Okay, these intentions are fucked up. These malicious intentions along with malicious malware and all of this shit. Somebody like playing up in technology. Okay, but they ain't got no ideology. Okay, they may have the technology, but they don't have no ideology. Okay, that's the word that I wanted to say. Technology versus ideology versus nature versus the spirit realm versus witchcraft versus coven versus secret society versus cowards versus crows versus crones versus werewolves, vampires, energy vampires, incubus, succubus energies, tramp, sluts, hoes, crows, all of those things, the things that they try to say that we are, but in actuality, those are the things that they are, projection. So, projection, astral projection, something like that, or mirroring, casting, people like to cast a spell, but they also like to cast a mirror image, infringing on people's privacy, which that's a federal crime in and of itself, let alone all of the other particulars in this here situation that they thought nobody would never catch on to because they thought people were stupid and idiots and had no spiritual gifts, but it was quite to the contrary. thieves, liars, hoes, pedophiles, rapists, murderers, you know, things like that. So, like I said, their net worth ain't got no, their network ain't got no real net worth. And, parcel, something about parcel, UPS, very significant, could be having something to do with oxygen or something. I don't know. It's something like that. Or Amazon Prime, AP, FDC, something is federally regulated, but somebody's doing something illegal, okay, using a legal business as a front for illegal shit, like I'm getting like sex trafficking and shit like that, a brothel, a hostel, or something like that. Oh no, MGCC, I don't know, what's this? Holy Spirit, let's talk about it though, okay? Your network. So all networks, spectrum setup for F. F is in Frank, guest, staff, renew, loading, spectrum setup 02, direct dash 6B as in boy dash HP Office Jet Pro 9010, Death Star, Spectrum Setup dash 01, Spectrum Setup dash 9F30, Zombabe, okay, Junkyard in all caps, okay, Verizon underscore 39 PYB3, Spectrum Setup dash 60, Skynet 2023, Franklin T10 1529, T-Pink Link. So that like reminds me of my neighborhood where I grew up at, Trumbull Park back home in Chicago. Yeah, we used to call it TP. So or T-Pain, something like that. T-Pink Link, a sneaky link, underscore DDE4 underscore 5G, Spectrum Setup dash 3D as in DEE. We got the Abyss. We got the Knight Rider. We got the Spectrum Setup 828F. We got the what is this? First Med Ambulance Wi-Fi. Oh, it's a lot. Mom's Wi-Fi in here too. We got Netgear 31, all caps. We got McClure 23. We got Chrome KTTN. Somebody is in Tennessee or something like that. I don't know. The Strangers 138. We got Anthony, Tony. Okay, I did a reading of something that came up. Yeah, I might watch that again. The Strangers. So Anthony. We got Spectrum Setup 1D. We got MGCC Public Social Services Static. My Chevrolet 7441. My Chevrolet 1218. But my, these people have been busy. All on our network. All on our network. You see, they thought that they didn't leave a path or nothing like that. I keep telling people the proof is in the pudding, baby. And the truth is the truth. It will always be the truth, baby. Truth can be proven, and so can lies. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me go ahead and backtrack a little bit, just to, I want to see how far I want to go back, because I got a lot of notes. A lot of notes. Blood rituals. The race was not given to the swift, but to the one who can endure. Communicate, but tell them nothing. The mirror effect. This was as of August 5th. The mirror effect. Facing your fears into the unknown. The unknown is the wishing well. Isle of Avalon, wise in wisdom. Surfing the waves. Spiritual, energetical surfer. You can hear, but it's not always listening. Listening requires intent to understand. Robbing the cradle for a new label. Oh. Wow, Johnny came lately. Somebody came to the party tardy. Don't be tardy for the party. So what's this Atlanta? What Atlanta got to do with it? What Atlanta got to do with it? As one dies, another spiritually transforms. Oh, transcending and completion, being detailed within compromise. Step boldly, the future is yours to create. Tell a foundation. You are your own secret ingredient, okay? Oh, intimacy with you, creating and fostering an intimate relationship with the Most High. I just was saying that. Okay, basking in the glory of the divine, eyes within the portal. So so somebody was watching this portal the entire time. Okay, Like I was saying, there was evidence, there was proof. I kept telling people that, there were undercover agents working behind the scenes and shit like that, just like they were tapping into our shit illegally, recording and shit like that, ciphering and siphoning and copying and stealing and things. Oh, there's a crow right there outside. I guess somebody's getting ready to drop dead or some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah. They don't nobody want to believe that, okay? They like to believe the hype. They like to buy into illusions. So this is how you exercise paying your karmic debt to society, okay? The individuality of who we are. Conscious awareness of our focus, okay? That which we focus on is that which we manifest. The intentions behind our actions determines the outcome. Let me say that again. The intentions behind our actions determines the outcome. So, if you had pure intentions, meaning you didn't mean anybody any harm or try to destroy anybody, your outcome is going to be pretty beautiful. But if you were in the opposite energy, you was intentionally trying to cause someone hurt, harm, and put them in danger along with other bullshit, then the time for reaping those seeds have come. And that outcome is not going to look too pretty for these individuals. 11:22 on the clock timer. Okay, so you could be a master number 22, 11 and 22, a master intuit, someone who has mastered their intuition. You're also a master manifester. Also something about a Scorpio, November 22nd or something like that. Luther Crane, LCSV, Southern Value. Every cause has an effect, EFFECT. And every effect comes from a cause. What was the cause and the effect? Hidden clause. There was a hidden clause in an agreement or something like that. The weight of a movement giving birth. Your instinct is your intuition. Communicate yet tell them nothing. Many are called, but the true are chosen. Not these fake, false ass, phony bitches. The true are chosen. Okay, not the fake. It ain't saying nothing about the fake. Okay. Living a transparent, authentic life while being discreet. Discretion. Taking control of and getting ahead of the narrative. The narrative of you living up to and upholding your own standard of morale. Infinite possibilities are there. Blue Flame, Blue Dragon, Blue Moon, California, Ohio, Seattle, Washington, Chicago, and Boston, Massachusetts are significant. Oftentimes, silence is your strongest weapon. A humble flex. It's time to show the fuck out. Being reviewed for renewal. What was the effect from the cause and how did it affect you? AFFECT. The effect of the effect. The effect of your discretion is unsettling to those who lack a discreet mentality. The people who were supposed to love and protect you didn't. Stop explaining yourself to bitches who are committed to misunderstanding you. The result from a cause. How did it affect? The results. Double O. Circles within circles. CWC or COC, COC, Dr. Peen, a peniologist. Porting specialist. Oh, this is interesting. So porting specialist, I used to be a porting specialist back in the day. I used to work for Vonage. So I know a little bit, something about this. This is when you take old numbers and you recycle them into a business, let's say. That's what I used to do. I used to, build numbers within a business, Vonage, that is what we did there. And there was a small team of us that did that. So, I handled I was kind of like the gatekeeper of numbers. I would set the numbers up, the extensions, the voicemails, and all of that shit. If the number got rejected, I would resolve the rejection so that the number could pass through. So it's something like this. Somebody's working in a mobile company, maybe Metro, PCS, or something like that, T-Mobile, I don't know, maybe something like that, where they have this inside connection to where they can easily port over and recycle numbers, recycling possibly, your old numbers within the same facility and or company. It's something like that. porting specialists, porting your numbers, and that's how they also give way to hacking into our social media accounts. Hackers working with porting specialists, working with medical facilities, judicial systems, techs, family of parasites, the repair of a heartbreak healing, heartbroken in defeat. Plot twist. Okay, somebody's twat, they coochie is a little crunchy here. Okay, a crunchy taco, gordita dog or something, PTFV. I don't know, post-traumatic stress. I don't know, something, I don't know. But what is this? Yeah, parasites, leeches. They survive off of other people's blood, other people's energy. That type of shit. Creating a monstrous creature from reanimated body parts, grave diggers, grave robbers. Southern trees bear strange fruit. Blood on the leaves, blood at the roots. Hate crimes. Okay, so they don't like people of certain ethnic backgrounds, or they don't like gays. Okay? How can you not like gays and you are gay yourself? I don't understand that. Wordplay, foreplay. Someone likes our wordplay. It's like foreplay to them. Okay, you are to show compassion but not be gullible. Okay, repetitious repetition, star-crossed lovers. So somebody keeps doing stuff over and over again to try to keep some star-crossed lovers apart. Okay, keen observation and awareness. That's a powerful tool. Where you can just be observant and aware of what's going on. Sitting back, taking notes. Being, moving meticulously. It's stuff like that. Somebody's name is Keenan. Okay, Keenan Ivory Waynes, I don't know, KIW, something like that, the Petty Titty Committee. So somebody got some itty bitty titties and they mad at big breasted hoes, or even at men that got titties or something like that. They got an issue there. Okay, somebody's soul broken, a broken soul, and they don't know how to heal. They don't believe that healing is an option, but it actually is if they're willing to do the work. Otherwise, it's not going to work, hun bun. That's why you're done. Somebody's an orphan, or they're going to leave someone an orphan on a soul level. Something about some twin flames, from chaser to allower, from duality and polarity into oneness, the ultimate healing surrogacy. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening with these technologies. Okay, using one computer system as the surrogate, traveling through ports or whatever, kind of like how they did my system when they hacked into it or something like that. So I got these two computers now, so I'm using one as a surrogate and the other one is used for extra converted communication, things like that, from an outside source that they don't even know about. Yeah, shit like that. Some people are just dumb as fuck. Okay, they don't realize the game is over, so they continue to try to flip the game, but they're being flipped and they don't even realize it. Flipped and reversed it, some shit like that. Perverted. Somebody's perverted as fuck. Okay, yeah. Orphaned on a soul level. Something about 11:10. So November 10th, okay, or something like that. Intuitively illuminating illusions. I. As of what? July 30th. Moving beyond that which once hindered you. Healing requires work, so put your back into it. And it's quite like that. Something to that effect. Something to your nature. You're actually your supernatural, natural soul self. And somebody don't like it. Oh well, kiss my ass, bitch. Spiritual state of affairs. Your keen awareness is disrupting others' peace. Oh well, they shouldn't be trying to disrupt my peace, because I ain't do shit to nobody but be myself. And if that's an issue, okay, well that's your issue, not mine. So since you want to two-step into my spiritual coochie, I get to tap dance all over theirs. You know what I'm saying? That type of energy. Okay, don't shake the table unless you're ready to get shook. Okay. And it's just me shaking a whole colony right now. You know what I'm saying? That type of energy. Your keen awareness is disrupting others' peace. Truth seeker turns truth speaker. Speaker of truths. Something is buried underwater, drowning, bending the chariot. But yeah, okay. So we're back to Ebony the stripper and all of that shit. We're going to forego all of that. These are a lot of notes. EIMEID 3570322306599619 SKU XT 2163-4, date January 18, 2023, serial number ZY22GJQP 27 or Z7, something like that. Samsung IMEI 3530266. Okay, 66 been coming up a lot lately. Route 66, dare I say, 45027440. Katie, code 3. Extending the olive branch to net worth. Okay, something above the board going over the board's head. Board of health. Okay, barter. Okay, barter bonds, barter negotiation. Rattle their cages is what they say. Shiver me timbers, bones are crackling, times are ticking. Take your time, don't you rush. Somebody like Rush Poppers. Okay, that might be Kelly. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. Rock steady. Great child, dire mother. Macbeth, McBain, MC Brains. RR are married. Okay. R&R. Okay. Charred. Okay. Is tortured nightly by a woman who's pulling his teeth. Scandinavian. You know, I'm actually of Scandinavian descent. I'm actually a descendant of Odin. You know, I'm a Viking. I got Viking blood in me. Okay. Unbeknownst to some people. Okay. That might be something to our bloodline and lineage that people don't like, because we might be what they call a mutt, a mixed breed or something like that, but our less significant or less dominant ethnicity in their eyes reigns supreme. So, you know, you may be black, for instance, but you got Scandinavian blood, but your black heritage confirmation, thank you ancestors, our black heritage is dominant. Okay, so they feel like because our black heritage is dominant, that means that we're trying to dominate the Scandinavian in us or some bullshit like that. Okay, so they're projecting their own insecurities onto somebody else. Okay. Yeah, shivering timbers. Okay, daily visits playing in your face. Give nothing more. Moto home. Tell no one. Banks, FDIC, fuck dick, Tom, Dick, and Harry, TDH. Pacing rituals to slow momentum. Elvis is regarded as a deity by these people on a loop. They're on a loop. Double O. Circles within a cycle. Things have shifted, my dear. My messages confirm what the divine has already given us directly. Overhead compartment, watching from the above. Oops, let them show you who they are. And they've been showing out, and so have the fuck I. Blood rituals, used specifically found on toilet tops. They're using their blood or blood from others. Questions lead to answers. So ask the questions, raise the questions, get the answers. CNA. Software information, 1 UI version -7.0, Android version 15, Google Play System update, February 1st, 2025, Melissa, 8/5/2025. The race was not given to the swift, but to the one who can endure, communicate, but tell them nothing. The mirror effect, facing your fears into the unknown. The unknown is the wishing well, Isle of Avalon, wise in wisdom. Surfing the waves, spiritual energetical surfer. You can hear, but it's not always listening. Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, listening requires intent to understand. Oh, these people, they don't want to understand. Okay, so that's onto them. Okay, so yeah, the Abyss Night Riders, Spectrum setup 82 AF, First Med Ambulance Wi-Fi, Mom's Wi-Fi, Net Glare. All caps, McClure's 23, yeah, all of that, social services, yeah, okay, yeah, so let's get into these messages. Those are all, well, not all of them, but some of the notes that I have, you know. So let's go ahead and let's continue. Because somebody keep thinking it's a game, so let's play. But we're playing by our rules, okay, you know what I'm saying? Flipping the script and reversing it. So let's get into some initial channel messages first, because I'm going to go all in. We're doing the whole shebang right now. Okay? So, yeah. Initial channel messages. Because, see, bitch, what was I just talking about? I just split the deck of my initial channel messages. What that say, Fem Masculine? Virus, Okay, virus, virus. So somebody could be sick physically, mentally sick, a mental virus, or this could be a virus within a computer. Haven't I just been doing all this talking about hacking and all of this shit, illegal recording, especially if it's within a medical facility? Oh my God, who would think that they would do such unethical things? Oh, wait. Okay, I heard that people be calling in concern hearing all the screaming that be going on here. Yeah, see, we're of humanitarian service, okay? That's in the upright. So don't tell me somebody was trying to give a humanitarian a virus on purpose. Okay, yeah, they're planning, plotting, and scheming. It's right here in the upright. Y'all saw me shuffle these cards, right? Yeah, milk and honey. It's about milk and honey, our milk and honey, and other people's milk and honey. But you see here, the Holy Spirit say a fool is a fool. Okay, a fool's fool is a fool. Don't be foolish. Okay, there's a lot of foolish people right now. A fool's fool is a fool. Don't be foolish. I don't know about you, femme masculine, but I ain't nobody's fool. Okay, down the rabbit hole. Somebody want to go down the rabbit hole with a psychic investigator? Oh, okay. Okay, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. Yeah, somebody who has compassion, who has real compassion, not that fake shit, while leading all of their followers to slaughter, because this thing is a wrap. It's done. It's over. Somebody who actually has compassion, yeah, yada, yada, yada. They don't want to hear about that. That's bullshit to them. So these are people that's used to neglecting and being neglected, abusing and being abused, torturing and being tortured. A whole bunch of shady ass shit. Yeah, you chose them over me, ho, so stay over there. Don't come over here. Color guard attention in the reverse. They ain't got no protect. Like I said, they protect is neglect. Okay, it's whack. Alliance though, we got an alliance though. You know what I'm saying? We got actual people that's working, with us behind the scenes. In front of their faces. High stakes. It's it's a lot to this. Okay, high stakes. They're waiting on you. Okay. Somebody's waiting on you, but you may be social distancing at this time. Call back your energy, femme masculine, because you got a whole lot of people trying to feed off your energy, spiritually, energetically, electronically. They whole shit shut down right now. I wonder why. I wonder why. You see, if people would never come for me, I wouldn't have to get into warrior mode. But see, they didn't know that I tame beasts. This is what I do. Okay, the huffing and puffing and shit. Yeah, okay, ho. Okay. Let's see what these numbers say. Since we got some gamblers, people like to play numbers and, challenge the odds and shit like that. So let's see what these numbers say. Okay, I'm looking at 153. One on red. Okay, so individuality. This is you and your blood. This is who you are to your blood. You're an individual. Okay, you're not an elite. You don't need to be validated by a bunch of people who are invalidated. Ain't that about something? Somebody who's invalidated within themselves trying to validate you. Other people. That don't make no sense to me. Okay, that's why I don't fall for the bullshit. So, one, individuality. This leadership energy. You love yourself unconditionally. You put yourself first before any other raggedy ass bitch who got no self-standards for themselves. Okay, don't ever let somebody tell you who you are and they ain't a piece of who they trying to be. Okay, let that sink in first and foremost. We got 5 upcoming changes for your highest good and expansion, 5th house energy. So you could be exposing something. 3, finding and maintaining clarity where there once was or still is conflict, confusion, chaos, and mess, by outside third-party energy. These bobble-headed ass motherfuckers that always want to poke the bear. They want to poke the lion. But when the bear and the lion pounce on their ass, then it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, double standards like that to me that don't make a lick of sense. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's coochie tastes like pennies. Okay? I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, we're going to move on from there. We're going to get into some energy. Actually, let's get into some cartomancy first. I'm going to take my time in this thing. Because I said we was going to do this the long way, right? Okay. Tina Turner could be significant TT or somebody's auntie TT. Okay. Yeah, something like that. TT. So, what is that? What was that movie? With Queen Latifah and them. Set It Off. Yeah, somebody trying to set it off. Okay, come on now. Monica could be significant. Ooh. Somebody named Monica. Oh, okay. Cartomancy. 14th century precursor to tarot. Okay, Cartomancy. What's good? Holy Spirit. What do we need to know about this time? Let's see what's good, Holy Spirit. What are these messages? Oh, Ace of Wands in the reverse. So we dealing with Empress energy, a true ruler. Okay, male or female. Okay, this is somebody that builds and conquers empires, like, you know, high vibrationally. 3012 on the clock timer, so 312. Something about Chicago. Okay, what else, Holy Spirit? You know, Earth Angel. See, yeah, this Empress is an Earth Angel here. Male or female. You know, somebody 4 cups in the reverse, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Somebody's very insecure. Very insecure. Like, didn't I say they was projecting their insecurity onto us? Yeah, see, somebody don't know how to deal with themselves, okay? That's why they don't. That's why they try to bully other people, because they can't deal with themselves. Okay, these are cowards. Fake, phony-ass cowards. They got to jump an individual. They can't fight. They can't, Lord know they can't square up one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, you owe yourself some sort of debt by not bowing down to bitches that are, you know, and, you know, I'm very humble. You know, I'm very humble. But sometimes you gotta pop your shit and flex. You know what I'm saying? We not bowing down to no peasants. You know, because people in this type of energy, this incubus, succubus energy, these parasitic type energy, this vampiric type energy, these evil ass energies, that's peasantry to me. Okay, it ain't got nothing to do with social status or economics or nothing like that. You can have all the money in the world and still be a bum bitch energetically. That's what I'm saying. And I stand on that bit by bit. And I dare a bitch challenge me on that. You see, we got peace and harmony. 6 of Cups in the upright. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Yeah, we throwing up the hand to these bitches. We don't want nothing to do with this bullshit or them. Bitch, after you tried to destroy us and you see that you can't, now you want to come play up in our face. Go take that circus act somewhere else. Actually, take that to prison. Because that's where it's going. It's going to prison, the dirt, or the psych ward. Yeah. Still can't get that shit up yet? Okay, I thought so. Flaccid. Yeah, you the real boss. King of Pentacle in the upright, or there's a boss coming in. You know that, you know, yeah. Somebody taking over. I don't know. Somebody got some money here. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Masculine energy taking action, something with their money, okay? Male or female, okay? Somebody needs to learn their universal laws. Somebody needs to learn their universal laws. King of Swords in the upright. Look, that's the police right there. Yeah. 9 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, relationship with someone. Yeah, that King of Swords right there. Yeah, that's the legal system. The real ones. The ones that ain't crooked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. That's the, yeah. I told you somebody going to prison. Yeah. They have people been watching them for a long time. They just didn't know. Now somebody want to come towards you. 5 of Cups in the upright. Yeah, okay. They only want to send you an abrupt ending, but that shit gonna backfire. Yeah, they coming for this 10 of Pentacles, this prosperity and abundance. Bitch, they not getting the money. Okay, they finna be in deep sorrow and regret. Narcissistic ass bitch. Yeah, somebody sick. Their health is failing real bad. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, and they losing a bunch of money too. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. We financially balanced and stable though. We got a business collaboration coming in that they can't participate in because you know people know that they are root. They know that they are fraud. They know that they thieves and all of the above and then some because people been watching them the entire time. They just too dumb and stupid to realize it. You have 3 of Cups. Somebody tried to play you. Yeah, okay, yeah. The 7 of Swords in the upright, that right there, that means they're exposed. They still don't get it. Playing up in magic. Yeah, 7 of Wands in the upright, I told you, prison. Yeah, the mask is off. They've been exposed, revealed. Yeah, okay. Somebody batshit crazy here. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. We got the cartomancy out the way, so let's go here. Let's get some energy oracle out. Because, I'm not no fraud, I'm not no fake, so we're going to let these cards talk, okay? Let's see what else, Holy Spirit. And, one thing about me, I live, let live, let love, you know what I'm saying? 34 on the clock timer, so 77 is significant, 777, 717, 177, 14 and 5 are significant as well. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't try to intentionally hurt somebody, that's when I cross the line. That's when I get into warrior mode, and then a whole different side of me comes out. You know what I'm saying? They wanted the smoke, so I lit the match, bitch. Is what I'm saying. So Holy Spirit, what's good? What else is going on here? I don't give a fuck who man. Okay? Yeah, there's a man holding a heart. Okay, for you, man or woman, gay or straight, that's your business. 45, okay, so that breaks down to a 9. That's a test, okay? We were being tested this entire time. Some of us knew, some of us didn't, some of us passed, others didn't. But there's a man who passed the test and he's holding a heart, or she in masculine energy, I don't know. Long distance traveling. Yeah, the door to personal health and happiness in the reverse. Oh, they can't go through this door. Okay, like I said, somebody's sick as fuck. They possibly know it or don't know it, but somebody getting ready to get hit with a hammer, figuratively. Something to drop on them like a ton of bricks, because they was dumb to the fact, ignorant to the fact, they didn't want to pay attention. So somebody delusional as fuck. Yeah, confirmation on that. Yeah, something like that. And they think don't nobody know about this shit. Yeah, yin yang in the reverse, imbalanced as fuck. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They always want to talk shit behind, indirectly, but nobody will ever come to our face and say it to our face. I bet you that. Appreciation in the reverse, they don't appreciate shit. They're very entitled. We talking about some greedy ass motherfuckers who think that everything belongs to them. Ain't that about something, fem masculine? I just don't know, But we got a happy family coming in. Rainbow is significant. What's this? The number 4. So foundation, confirmation, protection. You know what I'm saying? Foundation, protection, confirmation. This is also 4th house energy, Cancer. So confirmation. So somebody could be dying of cancer, or somebody is a Cancer. But 4th house, that's illusion. Yeah, secrets, blossoming, abundance. Yeah, we coming into money, and they ain't getting none of that shit. Yeah, keep on yucking it up, bitch. Keep on, yeah. Deceit in the reverse, yeah. All that manipulation and deceit from an imbalanced energy, it got them nowhere. Confirmation. Okay, eat that, bitch. Okay, yeah. Storm warning in the reverse. The storm that they wanted to cause for us, baby, please. We waited that shit out. Ain't no storm. You wait a storm out long enough, it's gonna decease and desist. Yeah, strategy in the reverse. Yeah, whatever strategy they thought they had, it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, angels of strength in the reverse, they weak. That's what I'm saying. That's why I take all of them against one person. Okay, that's, yeah, community. What I say? And let's see, the bottom of the deck, adjacent possibilities. In the reverse, yeah, ain't no possibilities. Okay, any opportunity that they had to collaborate is over, bitch. Now they thinking woman. Yeah, they took the wrong action. Action in the reverse, bitch. Yeah, I thought so, ho. Yeah, healer of ages. Yeah, if this is not one person, this is a whole lot of people that's sick as fuck. Let's get into some cosmic oracle. Yeah, I told you, I was gonna take my time up in this. We finna wade in this energy, and then we're gonna swim in it. Okay? So we wading in this energy right now. I ain't get to swimming yet. But yeah, discovery in the reverse. Yeah, see, I only read these in the upright, but it's in the reverse. Somebody still ain't discovered something yet. So somebody is delusional as fuck. They somewhere else, okay? Schizophrenic or something like that. Yeah, somebody not living presently. But in the upright, we discover things. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? You are being called to explore the resources and opportunities around you. New collaborations, projects, or relationships are drawing near. This journey will not only offer spiritual growth, but also bring material abundance. Do not fear to pursue it, as unexpected rewards are waiting for you to discover. Okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Yeah. They want to put, illegally record people and stream them and shit like that through these little networks and have all of these fake scam pyramid schemes and businesses running within a medical facility. Okay, yeah, bitch. Okay, you tried it against the right one. Okay, honor yourself. That's in the reverse too. These people have no honor for themselves, but we do. So this is our message. Honor the effort you put in to reach your current height. Instead of solely focusing on what lies ahead, don't overlook your achievements. Be a proud king or queen. For every success lies a multitude of persistence and effort behind that. And behind that, I would like to say thank you to these raggedy ass bitches, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know that I could do all the things that I know that I can do. I mean, some of it I already knew, but to this extent, I would like to thank you all. 4010 on the clock timer. Something about the number 410. I saw that in my files too. And so did they. You know, I know these hackers could be savvy or whatever, but I know they can't outsmart a government official. I know that much. Go with the flow in the reverse. See, they like to force shit. 4034 on the clock timer. 434 is significant. But we go with the flow. You are being called to go with the flow. Holding on too tightly can exhaust the spirit, while letting go is a gesture of trust in the universe. The more you attempt to control, the more you miss out on the surprises that life naturally has for you. Okay, and this is why these hoes missing out. Because they always trying to force somebody to do something. And if they don't do it, they just gonna take it. Okay, that's very rape-like. Okay? So now, let me go ahead and swim up in this shit. Let's get into some tarot. We swimming now. What's out in the open, Holy Spirit? What's out in the open? What's going on? What do the people see? Yeah, we got some lights going on here, shining right on in. And you know what? What people don't understand is that they got hidden cameras in these street lights and shit. I bet you they didn't know about that. So yeah. And and how many street lights are out here just shining on inside this place, from all corners. See, people don't think about shit like that. Knight of Swords, so the truth is protected in the upright. This is out in the open. Somebody's defending something, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and they're communicating it. Somebody's very intelligent, okay, and they're a warrior. Because knights are warrior. They get into the thick of it. That's what knights do. The warriors, And, our weapon is the sword. Truth. Okay? Okay, y'all like to lie on bitches, but let's talk about the truth. How about we do that? Let's tell the truth of the fact. Because they think people don't be watching, but people are watching. Look at this, 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. So they trying to force people to do shit with their money, dominating. Somebody's in a dominating energy, dominating energy. This medical facility is unethical at best. Unethical at best. The evidence is in. Okay, yeah, 3 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this lollipop guild that like to gossip. Yeah, they about to be isolated. They're about to be separated. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Yeah, 2 of Wands in the reverse. It was a bad idea, and they still don't get it. These people are too stubborn and idiotic to realize that they've been caught, and it's a bad idea. They want to keep persisting. They won't step down, so they're going to get put down. So that's just what it is. Yeah, Judgment in the upright. I cannot make this shit up. It's out in the open. They just don't see it yet, or they refuse to see it. Okay, yeah, they're finna be the laughing stock of the entire world, because this is going international. Okay, yeah, idiots. Yeah, Ace of Wands. Yeah, they like to steal people's creativity. Yeah, 4334 on the clock timer. That's a mirroring number. Yeah, they're mirroring you. They've been watching people the entire time and copying our work. And then they got the nerve to share it and spread it on these networks and servers like ain't no proof or evidence of that. Bitch, please. Yeah. The Magician in the reverse. Yeah. So they playing in spell work, doing rituals. They can't create on their own, so they have to take from other people. And they use spell work to do it. Let's talk about it. I mean, since they like to talk about us and publicize us, let's return the favor. Karma. Six of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, they trying to resist transition. So we got the Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the Six of Swords in the reverse. That's 66 again. Route 66. Route 66. What else for masculine? Yeah, Queen of Wands. But they find us very attractive. Like a moth to a flame burnt by the fire. Okay, they got too close. They got too comfortable with being too close up in our energy and they got burnt. Okay? Now they running around complaining and shit, bitch. Didn't nobody tell you to get that close? Yeah, the tower. Yeah, this shit is over. Destroyed. And the tower is coming out under judgment, bitch. That's the judgment, bitch. It's a wrap. It's over. It's destroyed. They trying to hang on to something that's already dead. Bitch, that corpse has been dead for 3 days now and you still trying to resuscitate it. Give it up, Hanbun. Yeah, King of Cups. Yeah, somebody saw it. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Somebody intuitive. Somebody emotionally intelligent. EI. Yeah, Page of Wands. Yeah, they was watching this the whole time. Create conflict for other people. For a Nine of Cups energy. Yeah, wish fulfillment. Somebody going into grief. Yeah, the Sun in the upright. That's a Leo right there exposing. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine of Wands in the reverse. They angry because they thieves. Bitch, don't get mad at us. We didn't tell you to steal from us, ho. We didn't tell you to do that bullshit. Be mad at yourself. Be mad at your mama. Be mad at your daddy if you knew him. I mean, like you came for us, so I'm answering the door. I'm answering the door. What's up now? Because I ain't pussy. I ain't never been that. Yeah. And everything that they thought that yeah, okay, yeah. King of Pentacles in the upright. This is the issue because you a boss for real. They not. Okay, or a boss want to come in and work with you. We got two King of Pentacles out here somewhere. King of Pentacles, King of Cups, both in the upright. Yeah, okay, yeah. Ace of Cups in the reverse. They ain't got nothing. Okay. Somebody being disinherited or something like that. But yeah, disinheriting roles within the computer system, something like that. Yeah, everybody was assigned a role. Yeah, Five of Swords in the upright. Yeah, they were willing to win at all costs. Oh, baby, but they can't pay the cost. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Eight of Swords in the reverse. We free. They tried to bully somebody that's free. Okay. Yeah, choppers. Helicopters, baby. Yeah. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This whole group in chaos. Okay, they running around, babbling incoherently. You know, they don't know what to do. Yeah, Ten of Swords in the upright. They've been defeated. Yeah. Ten of Wands in the reverse. Yeah. 10-10. Yeah, 10-10-10. Yeah, they're heavily burdened. Yeah, carry all them burdens, bitch. You deserve it. Each and every last one of you. Yeah, the lovers. We making love in there fucking regardless of you hoes. Yeah, that type of energy. The Fool. We get a new beginning. They don't. Okay, that's what I've been trying to say all this time. They don't like to listen. Yeah, Two of Wands in the reverse. This is the second one. It was a bad idea all around. Yeah, Tower again. Didn't I say two towers? Didn't I say we got Tower right here and then Tower right here? These two towers within one reading, bitch. Oh yeah. That goose is cooked, okay? That goose is cooked, Tom Brown. That goose is cooked. It's well done. It actually is kind of burnt. You know what I'm saying? Somebody don't know how to cook turkey. That should be dry as fuck. Stop serving people dry turkey. Whatever hoe be fucking up the turkey at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Stop doing that, bitch. Okay, what's this manifested outcome? What's this manifested outcome? Yeah, Three of Wands in the upright at the bottom of the deck. If something's being expedited, you know what I'm saying? Expeditiously, you know, something like that. You know, they wanted to clown somebody, so let's put it on the show then. Circus. Okay. Okay, I could put on a show with the best of them. Yeah, the Moon in the reverse. Yeah, so they scared now. Somebody scared now. Don't be scared now, ho. Yeah, the World in the reverse. Didn't I say it was test time? They failed. They failed. They failed big time. They was given enough rope to just hang themselves. People wanted to see just how far they would go. Even though they've been caught, everybody just sitting back looking at them like, look at these dumbass idiots. They just still doing shit. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, Hangman in the reverse. Now they scared of being sacrificed. They scared as fuck now. Okay, something done clicked with somebody. Somebody done said, oh yeah. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, plagiarists. Thieves. Obsessed with other people's work. They can't do it, so they take it. Frauds. Yeah. Four of Wands in reverse. This whole unit in conflict. This is what they manifested for themselves, but they still gonna try and blame us. Bitch, how you gonna blame us for defending ourselves? So you wanted to jump us and us just lay there and take it? I think not, bitch. I'm from the projects, born and raised. I wish a bitch would jump me, bitch, and I just lay there and take it. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse that just fell out. That's bad karma. They're losing everything. They're everything. Ain't nobody got a pot to piss in. Not them, not their descendants, not their bloodline, not their lineage. This is like a generational curse that they done did. Five of Cups in the upright, grief. Queen of Wands in the reverse. This ugly, raggedy ass bitch playing up in spell work. Yeah, Knight of Wands. We ain't scared of these hoes. I don't know who they thought was scared of them. I'm not. I mean, if that ain't clear by now, I don't know what is then. Just like the fact that there is done, it's over. They're caught, you know. Yeah, if they don't get that by now, they don't get the fact that we ain't scared of them either. Yeah, Six of Wands in the upright. We're being publicly celebrated. I keep telling these hoes this. They don't listen. I guess I'm just dumb and stupid and unaware. Okay, yeah, Eight of Swords in the reverse. But I'm free. At least I'm free. Okay? I ain't going to prison. I can't say the same for them. I ain't going to the psych ward. I can't say the same for them. I ain't going in the dirt. I can't say the same for them. You know, a Queen of Pentacles too. Somebody greedy as fuck in the reverse. Male or female. Look at these. Just unethical all the way around. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Yeah, Four of Swords. Yeah, something's being laid to rest. Okay. Yeah, Page of Swords in the upright. Curiosity, informed the cat, undercover agent. Yeah, Ace of Cups, you're being blessed with everything new. Page of Pentacles, a new seed has been planted and a new opportunity is coming in. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Now they want to fight, but they can't fight, bitch. I suggest you sit the fuck down. Okay, Lovers, Six of Cups, and an upright Emperor, Aries, Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer water. Yeah, they're delusional. The devil right here. I'm dropping the wine. No, I'm not dropping the mic on that. Yeah, let's talk about this devil energy. This Capricorn energy, this obsession, these addictions, this spell work. Let's talk about it. Because I said I was going to swim in it, right? And I could swim. I could swim in the deep. Okay, throw me in the ocean. I bet you I survive. Yeah, hunt at the bottom of the deck. So they was hunting illegal game. Okay? Hunting spiritually gifted people. Okay? Predators. Okay? They saw us as prey, but they didn't realize we're the apex predator. Okay, yeah, you may be a predator, but we're at the top of the chain. See what I'm saying? Top dog, that type of energy. We're just humble about it. We don't flex that shit, and we don't bully or dominate other people. They do, though, so that's why they getting preyed upon by an apex predator, bitch. Yeah, create in the reverse. Like I told you what I've been saying. They can't create on their own. They got to steal. It is fat ass bitch. Okay, Simba. Y'all see my little Simba? Yeah. Care in the reverse. And we don't care. We don't get no fuck about them. Okay? You know, we don't get no fuck. We don't get no fuck. Because they did it to themselves. Okay? They tried to do it to us, but they actually did it to themselves. Oh, ain't shit connect back yet? Oh, I wonder why. Yeah, we got the victory. Ain't that what it say right there? Yeah, I thought so. What else, Holy Spirit? Oh, what else? What's this? What's this? Ooh, believe. Oh, they still don't know something. Reveal in the reverse, or somebody still don't know something. Okay, so they. Okay. I'm not gonna say nothing about that. Yeah, disguise in the reverse. Somebody ain't cloaked like they think they are. Somebody is not unseen like they think they are. Fear. And I've been saying they scared. Yeah, there's a lot of fear right here. They don't want to show it to people, but they scared as fuck. And ain't no spell. Yeah, the trick is over. Trick in the reverse. Or somebody a prostitute or a madam or something like that. Mad Adam. Okay. Yeah. Defend. Yeah, defend yourself. Okay, they attacked, so we're only defending ourselves. Bitch, if you wouldn't have attacked us, we wouldn't have to defend ourselves. Yeah, work in the reverse. Yeah, they work, don't work. Let's see here. Yeah, patience in the reverse. Yeah, patience is over. Yeah. Let's see here. Balance in the reverse. They ain't got no balance. Communicate. Freedom. Strength. Okay, yeah. Inspire in the reverse. Mystery in the reverse. I keep telling you, this shit is out in the open. Ain't shit they can say or do about it. You know? You should leave people alone. Because I ain't did shit to nobody up in here. But they steadily want to attack me. Okay, bitch, I fight back. I will never attack somebody, but I sure the fuck will defend myself. And I'm not going to let nobody dictate to me how I defend myself either. The great severing. Mars energy. Anger. Conflict. Softening to love. Okay, so we're in the Starseed Oracle right now. So to my fellow aliens, people who not from this ratchet ass, ghetto ass planet, I don't know what's wrong with these humans. Yeah, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. And that's what I'm doing. We not for everybody, and we certainly not for these hoes, because they not for us. You got the love. Herdarian energy, codependency, boundaries. Okay, yeah, they're codependent on our energy. Yeah, set and reinset. Set, force, and reinforce your boundaries, bitch. You cannot come across this path because you don't know how to treat people. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning, more ninth house energy. Let's see, activated Earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Okay, yeah, see, they can't go where we're going. Okay, double mission, light worker, starseeds, serve the world by being you. I'm not finna let nobody who don't know who the fuck they are tell me who to be. What type of sense does that make? Okay. Bitch, you don't even know who you are. How dare you proceed to tell me who the fuck I am or who I can be? You don't got that type of power over me. You certainly don't even have it within yourself. That's what I'm talking about. So be mad all you want to, but be mad at yourself. Into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. Okay. I'm still trying to do something. The pearl alchemy, the reward at the end. From grit to grace. Yeah, we had to thug it out. Okay, spiritual thugs. Shout out to all my spiritual thugs. Thugging it out. Because that's what the fuck we had to do. Yeah, bounteous. Generously given. Relationships coming together. Enjoy, appreciate yourself. That's something they don't do. They don't appreciate a damn thing. They think something is owed to them. Mother of the salt water, passion, wild love. Open your heart and let love in. You deserve it, Fem Masculine. We deserve it. We don't deserve this ratchet ass shit. That's why they going to hell in the piss pot. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just don't get to do that type of shit to somebody and get away with it. Well, maybe with certain individuals, but with an earth angel, a chosen one, oh hell no. There's a price to pay, consequences and repercussions, like never before. Yeah, these people used to getting away with this, used to doing this shit. Yeah, you came around across the right one and the wrong one at the same time, ho. That's what I've been trying to say. Yeah, storm warning. Somebody about to find themselves out in the cold. Okay, let's get some story oracle in. Okay, inheritance in the reverse. I told you they ain't getting the motherfucking money, ho. They ain't getting the money. Okay, and whoever they promised that was getting the money, or they getting a profit, yeah, they come looking for their ass too. Okay, so this person that's supposed to be a boss, that's running this shit, oh, they got a boss. Okay, and that boss got a boss. And that boss got a boss too. And them bosses coming for these bitches. Because they want their fucking money. That's what I'm saying. Somebody in a whole lot of debt and can't pay not even half the people back the money that they owe them. So not only are they in trouble with the law, they're in trouble with the underworld too. You know, the crime syndicate. Okay, so yeah, they ain't got nowhere to go. Because either way they go, they gonna get got. Okay, either legally or illegally. Time is up, bitch. Yeah, sudden illness. In an uprising. I told you, somebody's sick as fuck. Somebody is sick as fuck. Okay? Let it out, Humbron. Let it. Yeah, celebration in the reverse thing. Yeah. They sick as fuck because they can't celebrate. They ain't got shit to celebrate about. Yeah, you talked all that shit. And now, look. Yeah, desire. Something about somebody's heart chakra. Yeah, you're loving, you're kind, you're authentic. Ain't nobody ever say that we perfect. There's beauty in our imperfections. I don't ever want to be perfect. And hell yeah, there's shit that I do that some people will consider taboo, but that's my business. But I don't do nothing to nobody else. I do what the fuck I want to do when I want to because I can and because I've been blessed by the Most High to be able to do it because I don't overindulge and I don't take people for granted and I don't try to steal, kill, and destroy somebody. It's not about what you do, it's how you do it and the intentions behind it. And if you have intentions to fuck somebody over, your outcome is gonna be fucked up. That's what I'm saying. Pride in the reverse. Somebody needs to teach these hoes a lesson, and I'm the right one to do it. Now, whether they listen or not, yeah, don't trust these hoes. Trust in the reverse. They was trusting somebody to catch them, and they let them fall. That type of energy. Okay? Yeah, dream. Pay attention to your dreams. Yeah, I guess it's still not up and running, huh? iPhone, yeah, message in the reverse. Yeah, the messages aren't going through. Fresh start in the upright. I wonder who's getting a fresh start, a new beginning. Certainly not them because they not lit. Spark in the reverse, yeah, they not lit like that. Okay. We naturally flame on. They got to be lit. They got to, somebody got to light their match. High drama in the reverse, yeah, we ain't with the bullshit. Yeah, we walking away and we taking all our shit with us. Yeah, they do not fulfill a prophecy. They not part of the prophecy. Oops. They say it's an accident, but they left the mess. Yeah, loneliness. Yes. You see this depiction, they in a spotlight. Yeah, somebody's being interrogated as we speak. Somebody's being interrogated as we speak. Yeah, discovery. Yeah, the truth is out there. Somebody about to find out what karma really is. Enjoy that meal, hun bun. Yeah, because we ain't scared. Fear in the reverse. We ain't scared of them. We ain't scared of them. My door is open if somebody got something to say. The worst in the reverse, yeah, that's over for us. Yeah, they don't get the money inheritance in the reverse. Everything going downhill for them. Somebody like food though. I know I do. The key in the reverse. Yeah, they can't get through the gate. They ain't got the key. Stay on target. There's a plot twist. Letting go. Yeah, we don't have to let go of nothing that belongs to us. Them on the other hand, yeah, checkers over. Chess piece over. Yeah, it's a loss for them. Mistaken identity. Yeah, we know exactly who the fuck they are. They're not a friendly creature. This conflict is over though. They ain't got no allies, so they was depending on somebody to get them out of a tight crunch. But that person bailed on them. So yeah, ain't no way out, bitch. Luck in our favor, luck in the upright. This is a difficult truth for them. It's bittersweet. Time is not running out for us. Great depths to this situation. Yeah, you know who these people are. Stranger in the reverse. They out in the cold. They can't take it back. Ain't no love here for us. They wasn't able to kill us. It's a trap. And no rescue from this. Now these hoes confused. Something was hidden. We not mad. This injustice, yeah, is being dealt with. Forgiveness. Hoarder, our money is protected. And on that note, I'ma drop the mic. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Thank y'all. Bye.